Long time no see. It hasn't been that long, but long time no see. I'm back and I'm better. Mm-mm-mm. I miss you more than ever. I always miss you guys. But what's up, guys? It's been a long week. It's been about like a week or so since I came and did a little update. Quick update, I did a pop-up tarot vendor event last Friday, literally a week ago. It was absolutely awesome. There we go. Shout out to all of the new legends that have joined the channel since then. All you guys that have followed me from the event to here, welcome. I want to go ahead and jump into a quick reading for you guys today, just to catch up, see what the energy is like. Lately, one thing that's really been popping up a lot for me is voice activation. So a lot of you guys might have also been going through a lot of situations that are calling for you to speak out about things that have not been comfortable for you in the past, and they might not be necessarily comfortable for you now, but what spirit is telling me is that right now you have all of the tools in your toolbox in order to get through this more effectively than in the past. So in the past, you might have been feeling the type of way like, oh, I don't know, like I don't know if I want to, necessarily say this, or like start. It's given like you don't want to like start something. Spirit is saying now is your time to finish it. If you've been reluctant to go ahead and start something, yeah. So we have obstacles and challenges right here. So I always take this card as like technically the Five of Pentacles. It doesn't. This is the Five of Pentacles. It's going to be the Five of Pentacles today. Okay, so we have obstacles and challenges. Let's learn a little bit more about what those specific obstacles and challenges are. It is given that this is going to be a little bit different for each of you guys individually, but let's just see. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so the first thing that popped up, partnerships and alliances. Okay, so this card to me usually gives the Three of Cups. So this could be in a work environment, this could be in friendships, this could also be within family relationships. Now I will say the numerology of these two cards, with this 5 and this 3, the numerology of the 5 and the 3 is 8, and 8 usually talks about moving on, leaving something, some kind of transition. So automatically this is telling me that it's something that you are considering leaving, or maybe even something that you are about to leave, like you're on your way out. Okay, yeah. So this is probably like a job or a relationship, or maybe even like a family situation where let's say you might be like almost procrastinating the leave, or if you're not procrastinating the leave, this might be something to where you have to leave. It's just not, you don't necessarily have the it's not time yet. It wouldn't be the right move to leave right now. What's up, y'all? Hey, y'all in the chat. um so you are kind of just like you're playing the waiting game, but it's making you angry. So we have the waiting game came reversed, and then we also have firm foundation came reversed. So this is letting me know that this is a situation that you are actively about to leave, or you're considering leaving, you want to leave, but for whatever reason, spirit has you here for now, and you understand that it's almost like for now there's kind of nothing that you can do, is what it's given. A bunch of cards just flew out. I'm gonna actually take this card on the top because that was a lot of energy. Okay, boom. So balance. So the fact that 50,525,600 cards just fell out, because so many cards just fell out, that's telling me that you guys are feeling overwhelmed. And this top card here is balance. So spirit is saying make sure that you prioritize the things that make you feel good, the things that make you feel joyful. I heard time off. For some of you guys, it's okay for you to go ahead and take time off, right? Spirit says this is going to bring you a lot of rest and rejuvenation. You guys might be feeling like, you're kind of just running on E almost, and it's like, where can you go from that? But you can't go anywhere. You need to sit down and take a rest for a minute. So spirit is urging some of you guys to literally sit down and just take a rest. For others of you guys, I just heard like watch out for your watch your diet. So make sure that you are eating things that give you energy. um Eat breakfast. Like some you this is funny, some of you guys might be going to work and then like it's you're just like running out of energy quick, or you're running on E very quickly. Spirit says you need to eat breakfast. Yeah, accelerated motion. This is also about like the spirit of rushing, right? We just talked about, you know, situations that you feel like you're not supposed to be in forever, which you are right. However, at the end of the day, sometimes there is just things that we have to sit in, usually because there's a lesson that we need to learn. There's some type of there's some type of mirror, right? A person that's displaying a mirror to us that we need to recognize before we're able to move on, without creating the same type of situations, with the same type of archetype, energy archetypes that we're running into, right? But Spirit is saying there's definitely some motion here. There's a lot of accelerated motion here for you, but be careful that this doesn't turn into rushing. Um, Spirit is like, I don't want to say warning, but it's a big energy as to like, you need to make sure that you're taking your time, even if this is like planning out more time for you. I'll be completely honest, guys. So I've been having like a similar issue lately, just like being super late to work. And I will always find myself like rushing in the last, like, I don't know, honestly, 5 or 15 minutes, and just trying to do 45 minutes worth of things in 5 minutes. But Spirit here is saying this is yeah, this is, it's definitely not the best, it's not the best and most effective path for you. Definitely try to set aside more times where you are actively doing things that make you feel good and make you feel like when you know, basically when you have the time to yourself, when you have the rest, and then you have to go and do other things, you actually feel rested. Okay, I don't want to ramble there. That felt like such a ramble. Then we have stand your ground. Speaking of ramble, speaking of rambling, some of you guys need to ramble off to somebody. Like there's a lot of things. Oh wow, there's a lot of things that you need to say. Okay, so we have the shadow card here. This is a very specific message. Yeah, sacral chakra. Somebody's sacral chakra is holding on to a lot of energy, but the energy is not necessarily from you. The sacral chakra, the sacral chakra is the chakra that rules the gut, the abdomen area, the womb area. This is where we hold our divine feminine energy, our water energy, our nurturing energy, creative energy. Our, just like, you know, creativity is birth, is also our energy to desolate and destroy things, right? To wipe things away and to clear things away. Sacral energy is prominent when it comes to self-confidence, because if you're creating but you're not confident, that's a huge tower. You know what I'm saying? So Spirit is saying, first of all, to you might need to do some clearing in your sacral chakra, but also specifically for some of you guys, you need to be aware of some of the things, like some of the thoughts and ideas that you're repeating to yourself. It's giving like toxic, like, I don't want to say toxic sacral chakra energy, but for a lack of better words, it's almost like somebody has been gaslighting you, and you're starting to like find truth in some of the things, and Spirit is like, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. Okay. And really, at the end of the day, it's not. It's their shadow. You know, they're calling out things that it's almost like, it's almost giving the energy of like they're trying to humble you. And your shadow is like, I don't need humbling, bitch. Like, but like seriously, like I don't need humbling. Like, how many dark nights of the soul have you went through and then brought yourself through? Okay, you don't need that. So just be cognizant of the things that are coming up for you mentally, um and putting a name to those voices, right? That's going to actually bring you a lot of material harvest, because not only are you going to clear out the things that are unnecessarily there, you know what I'm saying, the things that are there and not your voice, but you're also going to be able to more clearly discern what your voice sounds like, what the verbiage usually, you know, the tonage behind the verbiage, and then on top of that you're gonna become way more confident in what you're doing. Why? Because it's you. Like you're, it's you. You know what I'm saying? Once you get rid of all of the mess and you're able to hear all of the amazing ideas that come to you, and then you have now the capacity to actually say like, wow, these are great things, let me go ahead and put it out there without the loop of, you know, BS that other people have been feeding you on a repeat. Well, now you have a material harvest. Okay. um Concerning the, specifically concerning the people that are speaking negatively, I'm gonna call it what it is, because it's just giving like gaslighting energy. Concerning the people that are gaslighting you, okay, so we have one, this is true. And then number two, spirit is just offering you a space of higher grounding. You guys know that song, Higher Ground? Till I reach the higher ground. Mm, Who wrote that song? It's not Stevie Wonder. And if you know who wrote that song, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Higher Ground. Oh, I think it's Marvin Gaye. I think that's Marvin Gaye. Somebody might have a like a connection to a Marvin Gaye song, or you and your partner or you and your family might listen to Marvin Gaye all the time. That could be a confirmation. Also, it's July 4th, and I know literally everybody is probably with their families. So that could also be like a thing. If you're watching this, yeah, that's a sign for somebody. Somebody in their family. You guys are turning up to Marvin Gaye right now. Y'all are probably hustling. Save me a plate. No, I'm kidding. But basically, the universe is saying just have hope, okay? Have hope. They got your back. I'm gonna pay attention to the numerology too. The numerology on this card, the universe, is a 3. And then for hope, we have an 8, a 1, and a 7. Okay, so together that's a 10. Yep. And then I just says 8. Okay, so now we have another 8 here with emotional withdrawal. Um, I think that's beautiful. I think it's beautiful that we talked about how the number 8. And then let's look at this guy too. He's like meditating by the beach, just completely tuned out, tapped in with his spirit team, at peace, right? I think it's beautiful that the 8 card is the transformation, right? The moving on, the actively leaving a situation, or in his case, actively disassociating in a healthy way, right? Because we always talk about disassociating, but this is honestly the most healthy way to disassociate, right? With meditation, whether that looks like or whether that looks like you just completely tuned out singing a song, or whether that looks like you know, I don't know, having your headphones in the garden, like I just saw birds spraying all of your plants, or you dancing. Like sometimes when you dance, you know, that can take over. You can kind of get into a trance. All of these things are meditations. Literally opening up your Snapchat and ranting about everything that you are grateful for. Meditation. All it takes is 17 seconds, and it's a meditation. So yeah, the universe is just basically telling you how your hard work, right? Because let's call it what it is. It's hard work. A lot of times we don't want to sit down and meditate. We don't want to sit down and think about all of the things that are going good. Like we don't necessarily want to do that all the time. Sometimes it does feel like work, but spirit is saying don't worry, because all of your hard work is definitely going to pay off. And I just also heard I heard mind your business, but I also heard um you can't control everything. Like spirit wants you to go ahead and let them have control over the things that they can control, and over the things that they can maneuver a lot better than you. Now that's not to say that you don't have any power, okay? We already, Beyonce said you will what did she say? They'll never take my power. My power. Like you're very powerful. We know this. But the universe, God, your spirit team, the divine, we already know that they can handle things that we can't even see, things that we can't even perceive, and things that we can't even anticipate into the future. So it's always smarter to lean not on your own understanding, okay? I love you guys. I really do. I really, really do. I really, really, really do. Don't be afraid to walk away, guys. I feel like, you know, right before the 8 of Cups is the 7 of Cups. So the 8 of Cups shows somebody walking away. They're usually like, oh, like it's usually some grief, some shame. You know, there's usually a lot of feelings behind that. having to walk away from a thing that we were once comfortable with, even if only in, you know, a few ways. But before the Eight of Cups, there's the Seven of Cups, which shows like literally seven cups, and it's the Seven of Cups is the card of choices, right? Options, having a lot of different options. It can also be confusion, because sometimes when you have too many different options, you don't know what the F is going on. um but one thing that I think is very interesting about the Seven of Cups is that it usually shows something in every single one of the cups. In one of the cups, there might be a snake. In one of the cups, there might be a diamond. In one of the cups, there might be an eye. In one of the cups, there might be some wine, child. Like, I don't know. Like, there's in every single cup, there is an option, right? There's a choice. There is a, you could say, consequence, but there is also a pathway. There's a life. There's a whole life that comes with every single choice. Whatever you pick, there's a path for that. And I think that's beautiful. It's Spirit's way of allowing us to really practice and take advantage of our free will. Also, Spirit's way of allowing us to learn, right, without punishment. That's one of the things that I absolutely love about spirituality. There's no punishment, there's just consequence. So if you're not a dumbass, you know, that's just doing stuff for the plot, then more than likely, um, I've never you experienced any kind of like super unreconcilable tower moments, as long as I wasn't being a dumbass. And then honestly, sometimes even if I was being a dumbass, I got saved because my frontal lobe wasn't fully developed. So your spirit team knows exactly where you are in your path, is what I'm saying. Um, so don't be afraid to step out and see new things. I know they say the devil you know is better than the devil you don't, but is the devil not a devil? Like, I mean, at the end of the day. So I love this. I'm sorry for screaming in your ear. Okay, so we have card number 3, Banyan Blessings. I probably butchered that name, but this is a card of security, the Hermit, expansion, and stability. Now, the story of the Hermit is the story of basically the wanderer, the explorer, the wise man, in a way, who is going to search for answers. He's on a search for the truth, going through the woods usually, got the hood up, got the torch lit, like, let's go. I don't know what I'm about to encounter, but I'm ready for it and I could fight. Okay, basically, that is the story of the hermit. But honestly, the story of the hermit always ends with him not finding anything externally, or them not finding anything, you know, like too much externally. They found out that everything that they were looking for was literally already inside of them. So they took that journey, they learned some things, right? They saw some things. Oh, it's pretty, it's beautiful, oh my god, like, oh my god, that's dark, let me stay away from this. Like, so we learn a lot of things about life and our environments. Granted, we learn a lot of things about ourselves, but ultimately the path is bringing you even closer to yourself. So don't be afraid to go ahead and make those moves. And definitely ask your spirit team for help, because they want to help you. But your spirit team can only help you to the extent that you allow them to come in, right? And this is the last couple cards that we're gonna do for today. It's July 4th. I'm trying to turn up. No, I'm kidding. I am trying to turn up though. I just got off of work, guys. But I wanted to come and give you guys a message because I love you. I love you so much. Okay. So we have Salamander. This is card number 23. Outer Bros, creative work, infinite wisdom, and alchemy. Okay. So this is actively working through those more difficult energies, right? Those tower moments, the moments that you know are going to basically end, right? The moments that you know are, it's probably not going to necessarily end well, but you're going to be patient through it, and learn the lessons, right? Learn more about yourself. As my granny used to say, I love that the fireworks went off as soon as I mentioned her. Shout out Ruby. You take the meat and you spit out the sticks, right? From every situation, you take the things that you can learn, you take the things that are beneficial, you take the things that you can use elsewhere effectively, and then you spit out the sticks. What you don't need, you just let it go, right? Let it fall off, what they say, like water off a duck's back. Okay. Belladonna visions, we have caution, guidance, clarity, and standing firm. Okay. And then we have levitation with higher ground. This was card 28, by the way, numerology 1, your new beginning. Then we have the card of levitation, card number 12, numerology 3. And this is the card for higher ground, belief, mastery, and meditation. We're just bringing it back full circle, basically. Spirit is like, you already know what you need to do, but we just going to repeat it. We going to repeat it because we know you didn't want to hear meditation, so we going to say it 5 times again. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. And then last but not least, we have vervain, everlasting. Um, this feels really special to me, to be honest. If anybody specifically was looking for some type of flower that is really good to not only soothe the nervous system, but to also soothe the nervous system as far as like physically, chemically, hormonally, but as far as spiritually and magically, if you're looking for something that is going to boost your self-love, your self-esteem, and promote unconditional love within the multi-dimensional self, definitely go and find you some blue vervain. Okay, I know a lot of like specialty grocery stores have it in tincture form. If you can find the tincture form, that's good. If you can find the actual flowers, that's even better. I would not be surprised if Amazon has it. But definitely use your intuition about where you source it from. This is going to really help somebody. Blue vervain. And once again, this was a card of spellbound, soul alignment, release, and protection. Do y'all hear all of these birds? Whatever situations or relationships you guys were in, spirit is about to break them chains. Like, it's giving, you don't even have to do anything. Just be yourself, be patient, do not step out of your character. Do not step out of your character. Do not step out of your character. Spirit is going to break those chains. You are going to watch them fall. You are going to watch the smoke clear, actually. So prepare. You know how they say like your enemy, what did they say, like God is gonna make like a feast for you in front of your enemies? God is about to smoke out your enemies in front of you. I think that's the opposite. But God is literally going to smoke out. If you don't say God, the universe, your spirit team, your ancestors, child, it's finna be a smoke out. And I'm not talking about Fourth of July barbecue. Can I say that on, I think I can say that on YouTube. I think I can. I don't know, guys. Don't get me banned. I don't know. Your spirit team is about to get all of the foolishness the F up out of here. Okay? That's all I'm saying. But I love you guys. I'm gonna pull one more card. I just threw everything. I'm gonna pull one more card just for advice from my affirmations deck. Love and light mantra cards. I love these cards. It's one of my favorite decks. I just had to show you guys because I just like it. I don't know. All right, let's get a little bit of advice, and then we're gonna call it a night. We're gonna turn up. All right. Thoughts blossoming into reality. I am a powerful conscious creator. Everything my thoughts touch blossoms into reality. Once again, this is card number 1. So spirit is just emphasizing this new beginning. But you do have a little bit of work to do, okay? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. No, for real. RESPECT. Don't ask me why I can't spell today. I don't know. It's been a couple years since I worked in the schools. Be conscious of your thoughts, right? And we already talked about how a lot of these thoughts that are coming up are not necessarily yours. They're thoughts from people that were gaslighting you, worse, from people that were gaslighting you in the past, that are just repeating in your mind because honestly, you probably believe it a little bit, and that's okay. Because there's truth to the things that people say to us. Like they're in our life because they're a mirror to us so that we can see things even if we don't necessarily want to see it. But now is your job to call out the things, like my granny said, take the meat and spit out the sticks. Okay, so the things that are repeating that are not beneficial, even if it's true, is like, okay, but this, and this. So it's like so do you guys know the yes and method? It's like how you basically disagree with somebody without letting them know that you're disagreeing with them. So they might say, I don't know, like, I don't know. That shirt is ugly. Yes. And it's my favorite color. And it was only $5. So, you know, I don't know. If I need to get another shirt, then I can easily do that because this shirt was only $5. Yes, and that was a horrible example. But yes, and okay. So basically, just making things more positive to yourself, reframing your own thoughts, not letting your mind run too far with something just because it feels like it's quote unquote true. Like, true is so subjective. True is so subjective, so subjective, so subjective. There are things that I have believed to be true, and then once I sit in front of a person who doesn't believe that it's true, sometimes they can convince me 2% to believe that is not true. Like, true is subjective, you know what I'm saying? So it's okay to rewire those thoughts. There's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, all you're doing is you're helping yourself become more successful, right? Okay, boom, here we go. At the end of the day, this is what it is. It's compassion, self-compassion. Spirit said, let me help you out a little bit. My girl rambling, let me help her out. She's stuttering, she's stuttering. Let me help her out. Compassion. This is card number 13, okay? Numerology 4. Number 4 is the number of rest, rejuvenation. We literally put that card a little bit earlier. It says, I carry the weight of love in my heart and I can passionately feel all hearts. We rise together, okay? At the end of the day, anger, rage, shame, grief, all of these things are heavy. You know what I'm saying? Love is also heavy. Love is heavy, heavy, heavy. Let me give you an example because a lot of times people don't like when you're in a lot of darkness. I know y'all have been there. When you are filled with darkness, think about a time when you are just like when you've just been so completely sad, just like I'm talking about almost to the point of crashing out. You are on the verge of crashing out, right? For me personally, the last time I was there was when I had a death in the family. Okay, I went. It was bad. Okay, when I tell you the people's light and people's love will literally ostracize the darkness out of you. It will make you go and cry, and you didn't cry in 5 years. It'll make you go and cry. All you need is somebody to basically touch the love inside of you that just feels dormant. I'm rambling, child. Show yourself the same compassion that you know you deserve, the same compassion that you show to your children, the same compassion that you show to your students, the same compassion that you show to your nieces and nephews and godsons and goddaughters. And think about the same love that you show to a kid. Why? Because you know that they're innocent. You know that they're pure. You don't want to hurt them, right? You want to be very, like, careful with the way that you talk to a child, the way that you know, operate around the child. You don't want them to see you being too sad, or, you know, but you also need to treat yourself like that. Why have all of this compassion for another being? That's not to say that they don't deserve it, but who's to say that you don't deserve it the same way, right? That's all I'm saying, okay? We're just practicing higher levels of self-compassion, especially when it comes to our thought patterns, being conscious creators and knowing that our thoughts literally create our reality. So why not think yourself into a successful one? Why not think yourself into a positive reality? Why not think yourself into the reality that you have literally been sitting down, like, manifesting, dreaming about since you were the child that you're now sowing all of this energy into, right? And you still can, right? A lot of times we don't think that we can sow into our child selves, and we can. All it takes is a little bit of meditation. But if you guys want me to talk about that, I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before, but if you want me to go more in depth on how to rekindle the relationship with your inner child, I definitely will. But that's all, folks. That's all for now. I'm about to go and have some festivities, some July 4th festivities. Shout out to you guys. The chat is not really chatting today, but that's okay. We had a lot of people jump in and out. Shout out to Tixon88. And shout out to all of the other legends that popped in today. Shout out to the people that liked the video. If you did enjoy this reading, please please share, please subscribe to the channel. I know I say I'm going to be more consistent. I'm going to be more consistent. I want Fridays to be my days. I like Fridays. I was thinking about doing twice a week. I think that's a good idea. Forcing myself to be, not forcing, that's not a great word. Challenging myself to show up without feeling like things have to be perfect, right? Even just being completely honest, even me being like outside in this background, like, sometimes I want to portray like a certain aesthetic for just for period, for the public, for not even just for YouTube, but just for period. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and like this is where we at. We in the D with it, okay? I'm from Detroit if you guys didn't know, but yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you very soon. And everybody have a great holiday or whatever day that you're watching this. And yeah, happy 4th, guys. Peace.